Okay, hey, it's Ivy Larson with HotandHealthyLiving.com. I'm here with my good friend, Dr. John McClellan, who has been a good friend of mine for a little over 20 years, but he's also my chiropractor. And so today I thought we would talk about back pain, because I know it's something that affects millions of people, but in addition, it's something that has personally affected me. And then we're also going to talk even about how things like nutrition can affect back pain. But just kind of jumping right in, I just wanted to ask you, how many people do you see in your clinic with back pain?
Back pain, well, I'm a chiropractor. I see a lot of back pain, right? And it's really estimated that about 85% of people, just in the U.S., will suffer from low back pain at some point in their lives. Okay. And it's actually the second most common reason why people go to visit their physician.
And now, what are some of the causes, in your opinion, of low back pain?
The cause, well, I'll say that there's really one big cause, right, for the most part, and that would be stress.
Which,
who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
And I teach that there's three different types of stresses, right? So we have physical, we have chemical, and we have emotional stresses.
And now, when you say chemical stress, because I know one thing that I really like about Dr. McClellan's approach is that he doesn't just go after the symptoms, he really goes after the cause. And one of the things when we're talking about stress and kind of tying this into my favorite subject, nutrition and chemical stress, how exactly does chemical stress, is it affected by the foods you eat?
Well, it's affected directly by the foods that we eat, right? As you know, we are what we eat, and whatever we're putting in our mouths and consuming actually literally becomes us. And for the most part, what I find is that people that come in, especially if they're in some kind of pain, that they have at least, at the very minimum, a low level of inflammation in their body. And that is a direct result of the things, generally, that we are eating.
Like toxic foods or chemicals, pesticides, that type of thing?
All of it, yeah, absolutely, yeah. All of those things can, if we're eating the standard American diet, which is, the
sad
diet, the over processed, undernourished foods that most people are eating. Those can all cause a level of inflammation in the body.
And that inflammation can exacerbate low back pain and make you feel worse, make your symptoms worse.
Absolutely, yeah. Inflammation is really just the body's healthy response to the stress that it's under. But the problem is that if we're constantly putting things into our bodies that are causing stress, it can kind of get out of control.
And now, what are just some simple take-home things that people can do from a nutritional standpoint or from a dietary standpoint to reduce inflammation and to improve their symptoms of low back pain?
Well, when I have somebody come in, especially people that are in a lot of pain, a few things that I recommend to them, they're pretty simple. Most of your subscribers probably already know these things. At least they better. One is that they eat more fruits and vegetables, right? Increasing the amount of fruits and vegetables in the diet is very alkalizing.
That's important.
Yeah, very alkalizing. They have a lot of phytonutrients, obviously, antioxidants. All of those things can help with the level of inflammation in the body. I recommend that people minimize the amount of processed foods that they're eating. Unprocessed, processed grains, sugars, sodas,
processed juices.
All of that.
That OJ, processed OJ, not so good.
No, absolutely not.
If you want orange juice, you want to put a whole orange in the blender. You can blend it up. Make your own orange juice.
It's got the fiber still in there. It helps with the absorption. Absolutely. I recommend that they increase the omega-3s in their diet.
Like from what sources?
Well, you can get obviously you can eat salmon or sardines. Or, if worse comes to worse, if you can't eat fish, then supplementation works. Flax seeds.
There's vegan sources for people who are worried about the fish.
Absolutely, and I recommend that people minimize the amount of sugar and caffeine in their bodies. Both of those can cause a lot of inflammation in the body.
And like high fructose corn syrup, which is like everywhere.
It's in everything. You gotta read. You gotta literally read everything. This is what I always tell people: is that if man's messed with it, you gotta really think about whether or not you want to eat it. And the last thing that I tell people is eat a lot of leafy greens. One of the best things that you can put in your body.
Because leafy greens are like one of the most nutrient-dense foods, and nutrient-dense foods are going to help reduce inflammation.
Absolutely.
Which is going to help make you feel better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, as a chiropractor, I know you probably don't, well, you've talked to me a little bit when I go to your clinic about nutrition, but as a chiropractor, what's the main stress that you emphasize and that you help to control? Or to alleviate.
As a chiropractor, my main focus is on the physical stresses that the body is under. And I think that that's probably too long of a topic to talk about in this one video.
So we're going to talk in our next video about how chiropractic care can help alleviate the physical stress that can cause or exacerbate your low back pain. And if you want to contact Dr. McClellan directly, you can go to drjohn.com. And if you want to contact me, you can visit Ivy Larson. It's hotandhealthyliving.com. And we'll be back soon with another video on physical stress.
See you soon.